Hey, Queens. Remember that song? God took me back to it this week. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm just going to play a little bit. Welcome into the chambers of the King. Come on in the room, ladies. Hi, this is Jona, Queen of Queens. Welcome to the Queen Network. Just a little bit more, and then I'm going to share a real quick message with you, okay? Yes, I was. You guys remember this? June 2019, where it all started? He took me back to that this week. For his pleasure. With the Lord. Nobody loves you like he does. Father, we care for you. We love you. We adore you, God. Thank you for being our King. Thank you for allowing us into your chambers. Thank you for this intimate relationship that you allow us to have with you. That we can now enter into the Holy of Holies all by ourselves, right? We get to have that one-on-one relationship with him. Don't have to go through anybody else. Yes, it's amazing. We love you, Lord. You are indeed the lover of my soul. I love this song. He loves you. He loves me. And we love him. Amen. So I want to do a real quick message, okay? And then we'll finish that up. But anyway, This really is kind of more of a PSA. Hi, Jona here. Welcome to the new queens. I've been getting a lot of requests. I think because I put the link out there on my personal page. But welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are brand new to the Queen Network, we have a lot of Facebook Lives. We've been doing this since June of 2019 when God set me free first and set a whole lot of other queens in this group free. So we're walking in that freedom. There's a question I think that kind of started this journey for me a long time ago. It started on the finance side, and we still do that. The Queen Network is all about relationships and finances God's way, and we're showing women how to walk through both, okay, and be successful in it. Um, I wanted to say this when we started this journey. It started off with God telling us that this relationship, we talk about our king or the king that's been assigned to us or that was created for us, but our intimate relationship first starts with the king. We have to have that relationship first. And this was the song that we started the Queen Network off with. So this week, I've been spending a lot of time in prayer, a lot of time in worship, and you guys know we're kind of quarantined in this season. So for the sake of history, this is April of 2020, and the world pretty much is in a lockdown because of a virus. So if you run across this 2, 3 years from now, that's where we are in this season. We're kind of at home, and but I said this to someone, and I've been saying this all week. I said, Lord, is this what the boys who got thrown into the lion's den felt like for them? There is a strange kind of peace in the midst of all this that technically by man's standards we shouldn't have. But I know for myself and other people around me, um, we have that peace. We like let's say a peace that surpasses all understanding. There's just no understanding for it, but we have it, and we're doing what we're supposed to do. I'm getting a lot of work done, a lot of writing and so forth. And so I seen a post out there the other day, and it said, "What has this quarantine revealed to you?" And being at home is not like a real big deal for me because I've worked from home for years, but it has kind of interrupted my routine because I work from home. Of course, I live here, so I spend a lot of time um, inside in this house. So what I do is I break my day up by going to the gym. I could spend 2 or 3 hours at the gym, and I'm usually at the gym 4 or 5 times a week to break up that day. Plus, I just love the way it makes me feel now. And so with that, I've had to be creative and do some other things. And in the midst of that, I started running. I love it. I love it because I can do it. I don't necessarily want to get up and go running, but a year ago, probably a year or so, I couldn't run. I was having problems with my knees, but I've had a transformation in my body and my health. And I'm running now, guys, and I'm running in my new neighborhood. Some of you guys understand what that's all about. But here's what this has revealed for me: God's grace, His grace, because there something happened last year, and I was like I had these goals set and was achieving some things, and I got off course a little bit. And what this season has revealed to me is God's grace and how God ordained or God allowed He can redeem the time in your life. And so some things that I believe he really wanted me to take care of last year. There were some things that I was on track doing last year that my life got disrupted, if you would. As if, yeah, it got disrupted. And I remember hearing a pastor say this, and I grabbed hold of this word, and he says, "What do you do when your life gets disrupted?" And I was thinking, and basically she defined the difference between an interruption and a disruption. Okay. So when it gets disrupted, that means the progress and the process that you were on got interrupted. So what happens when you need, when that, what should you do when that happens is what she was teaching us. So, because I knew what happened to me in 2019. I was like, I'm all ears, right? Because I felt like I was off track a little bit. And she said, you go back to this the time in which there was a disruption. Like we waited some major, I was waiting for some major, like, what? But it was a relief, really, because I can do that. Go back to the time where when the disruption happened. So I went back to that moment in time when something happened. I probably should have gone right instead of going left. So I got back on the road and I turned right. I just got back on the road and made a right turn. And the right turn is happening in this season because God is redeeming the time. He's redeeming the time. So some things that I should have done last year, I'm doing it now because I got nothing but time, you know? Organizing, doing some things, working on some projects. I mean, I was literally on a 4-hour business meeting to, what time we got off the phone? Probably like 2 a.m. this morning, 2:30. I'm not tired. This morning got online for Palm Sunday service. It was a wonderful service, and I'm trying to get in my routine. So I got up and I got dressed. And I'm going to say this, next Sunday is Easter Sunday. Don't y'all sit there in y'all PJs unless this is going to be your thing. But I'm getting up and getting dressed for Easter Sunday. I would any other time. Just because I'm home doesn't matter, okay? But I wanted to say this. I'm just grateful for this season that I have with the Father. And He took me back to where the disruption came. How the disruption came in, and this song kind of took me back there. And I had a time with the Lord. Y'all know I did. I was on the floor. I was like, because I felt like for Him to show me that all is not lost. Just go back to where you got off course. And so easily He took me back to that space in His presence. And I wrote down here, I said, He's redeeming the time for you, Jona. He's redeeming the time. So you're back on track. You're getting things done, and you're moving forward, etc. And then there's some things that I thought I was going to do this year. Some things are getting, rerouted and things like that. I was like, okay, God, this is all a part of your plan. So I might as well just rest and relax, right? The other thing I wanted to talk about, I wanted to just kind of share with you about spending more time in prayer, spending time in the Word. Let's see. Oh, I put a worship video out there, so if you guys get a chance. Here's what happened the other night. I got off a conference call, and I just started worshiping. There's a gentleman that I kind of follow, and he was doing some. I love spontaneous worship. I love praise and worship, period. But there is nothing like an anointed worshiper sitting down at the keyboard and just talking to God, flowing with the music, talking to God. And I just get drawn into that space, and I start doing the same. So that's what I did. And I just decided to go live, and anybody out there that needed to worship, you guys could have joined me. Some of you got on and popped in for a few minutes because I think I was in it for about an hour. So I really didn't pay attention to the screen. So I know it tells me how many people watched the video, but I don't know if you guys were live with me or not, because I really wasn't paying attention to that. I just wanted to share that time. I wanted to share that time with you. I also want to solicit your support in building up the YouTube channel that we're setting up under Jona Stoute. So when I post a lot of things, Facebook Lives and things are being turned into YouTube videos. So as they post our videos out there, I'm going to ask that you guys subscribe so we can get our numbers up. We're just starting, so we can get our numbers up. But also set your notifications on so that as we launch different things, we're going to start going live from YouTube with some of our social experiments and so forth and so on. And you'll get more information about that coming soon, okay? And then the last thing I want to talk about is the VIP. Our VIP suite has been set up. And for those of you that have said yes, we've had a couple of conference calls. We're bringing you guys in waves. Wave 1, we will be bringing you guys in within the next 24 hours. So pay attention to your notifications. We'll be bringing you over. One of the things I want you to pay attention to is that I'm about to educate you on how money works. So we've started putting like day 1, day 2, day 3. I want you to watch those videos, okay? No one is going to stand over you and hit you over the head to apply information. There's a lot of things coming at you right now. And some of you reached out to me about this whole financial piece, and now I'm getting ready to give it to you. I'm getting ready to actually spoon feed you. But you need to come to the table. You need to sit down. We're going to put a bib on you. I'll be like,